And when I see boats coming in, like loaded up the other day with all sorts of drugs, probably fentanyl mostly, but all sorts of drugs, and we're going to take them out. And if people want to have fun going on the high seas or the low seas, they're going to be in trouble.
Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro has once again tried to rally his people against the United States. In a bold declaration, he claimed that 8 million Venezuelan citizens are prepared to rise up and defend the nation as sovereignty against what he describes as U.S. aggression. His comments came shortly after former U.S. President Donald Trump ordered the deployment of advanced stealth fighter jets to the Caribbean, putting the Maduro regime on high alert and sending a clear signal that Washington is watching closely. President Trump, speaking about the threat posed by drug trafficking, made it clear that illegal shipments crossing the high seas will not be tolerated. He referenced fentanyl and other deadly narcotics, stressing that anyone attempting to smuggle such substances into the United States would face swift consequences. According to him, those who think they can exploit the oceans for crime are going to be in trouble. This hardline stance is consistent with his administration's strategy of combating drug cartels and cutting off the resources that empower authoritarian leaders like Maduro. Political commentators, however, question the reality of Maduro's claim. Venezuelan political refugee Franklin Cormogo, who fled the country because of its collapsing economy and harsh political climate, dismissed the idea that millions of Venezuelans would willingly die for Maduro's cause. He pointed out that the nation's population stands at roughly 30 million. But over the past several decades, millions have fled due to economic hardship, political persecution, and a lack of basic freedoms. According to Cormogo, it is simply unrealistic to believe that 1/4 of the remaining population is loyal enough to sacrifice their lives for a regime widely seen as corrupt and oppressive. He emphasized that Maduro is not drawing strength from popular support, but from desperation. Facing the military and economic might of the United States, Maduro is trying to project unity and strength, but the numbers suggest otherwise. In reality, a significant portion of the Venezuelan people are disillusioned and suffering from hunger, poverty, and unemployment, making them unlikely to rally behind the regime in any meaningful way. Meanwhile, U.S. military preparations in the region are growing more visible. Analysts such as Derek report that 10 F-35 fighter jets have been sent to assist a fleet of naval destroyers alongside 4,000 U.S. Marines stationed nearby. These moves are not solely about stopping drug trafficking or intercepting ghost ships carrying oil to fund the Venezuelan government. They also serve as a warning to Maduro's inner circle. With a $50 million reward offered by U.S. authorities, individuals close to the dictator may begin to weigh their loyalty against the possibility of securing their own future by cooperating with the United States. U.S. officials have made it clear that their objective is not only to weaken Maduro, but also to protect the American people from the deadly consequences of narcotics flooding into the country. Venezuela has increasingly become a command and control hub for international drug trafficking networks, forging dangerous alliances with terrorist organizations and criminal cartels. By stepping up pressure, the Trump administration hoped to dismantle these networks and restore law and order both at home and abroad. Experts describe this approach as a calculated mix of military pressure, diplomatic isolation, and financial incentives designed to fracture Maduro's fragile support system. According to Derek, Trump's ability to apply maximum pressure could force the regime into collapse, or at least push key allies to turn against the dictator. He's out of action. One way or another, Derek noted, describing the campaign as the building of an army of good to defeat what he called an axis of evil. For many Americans, the urgency of this fight is deeply personal. Families across the United States continue to lose loved ones to fentanyl overdoses and other drug-related tragedies. The crisis has reached historic levels, with children and young adults dying at rates never seen before. Critics argue that the Venezuelan regime, by aligning itself with cartels and smugglers, has played a direct role in fueling this epidemic. As a result, the consequences of Maduro's actions are not confined to South America. They are being felt on the streets of American cities and towns every day. Rachel, wrapping up the discussion, framed the issue in broader geopolitical terms. With Chinese influence in the region also being challenged and narco-dictatorships coming under increasing international pressure, she suggested that President Trump's strategy could become one of his most significant foreign policy legacies, If successful, it may reshape the balance of power in Latin America, weaken authoritarian strongholds, and deliver a decisive blow against the global drug trade. Observers agree that something major is about to happen. Whether it results in a fall of the Maduro regime or simply escalates into a prolonged standoff remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that the United States is sending a powerful message. The days of unchecked Narat terrorism and authoritarian impunity are coming to an end. Call to action script for AI News Channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more IP-powered news stories. And make sure to press the bell icon so you never miss an update on the latest world events.